What is going on, everybody? How are you doing? It's another Friday night with the Infinity Equation. Hope you all had a great week. Hope you all having a great night. Hope you got your favorite drink, your favorite food in hand, and maybe last week you had some chicken tonight from whatever favorite place you got it from. Royal Farms, Wawa, Acme. For those who love some Acme chicken, who's been to Acme, 'cause Acme they get you. I tell you, they get you with that chicken. But we are always here to have fun, as always. Let me welcome my co-host, as always, here with me, Tim, aka Disavow. How you doing, sir?
Hello, sir. What goes on, everybody? Goon Squad represent, and we're working on getting that cross-promotional deal with Royal Farms. We're going to get that sponsorship soon. You wait and see. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Royal Farms or either Royal Farms or Acme. I'm ready for it. Like, hey, I just bring like a bag of chicken. Be like, yeah, we got some chicken here for all the viewers out here.
I did give your business card to somebody at Wawa today, so see what happens. You know, working with them.
There you go. That's what I'm saying, networking. And let's welcome our guest for the first time on the Infinity Equation, Mr. Ryan Ting. Welcome, sir.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How are you doing?
Welcome to the
Thanks
show.
for having me. I'm excited to be here in the under the Ryan Ting brand of personal appearances. So you know, my opinions are my own. So let's just go.
There we go. So I like to see. Get in action. I got my coffee ready. I'm drinking my regular coffee. Yeah, Pokey, the room is. I changed everything around Pokey, so things so it's a little bit brighter. So I don't have to be in the dark and be like Dark Man. If those remember that old movie, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Yeah. A remote control, like bomb car or something, I think. Pretty crappy.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, something weird like I forget. Yeah, it was wild. It's wild. If you haven't seen Dark Man, go watch it. It's like 3 or 4 movies of them. You have a good time. Let's say hello to the IE Goon Squad. Let's see what's going on here. We got Greg Finstad. We got William Harris, Bart, Omar V, Jay Girk, Ewan. Oh, my favorite. Now moved up from intern to content IG producer for us, Ewan. Welcome back, Ewan.
I'm that ladder.
ML Series. Yeah, he's climbing that corporate ladder. There's no corporate to be climbing for. Win or lose. Gnome Rugged. Four Feathers. Dom Machichiaro. Damien Ristori. I do apologize. I missaid that. That's my fault. Colossal Customs. Robert Diaz. KB. Pokey87. A Tizzle in the house. Let's see. NJ Tree. Josh Lambert. Touring around. Rush McGowan. Jason Lopez. KB. Sweet Christmas. OK Figures. And that's it. That's everybody's here. Well, welcome all. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. If you like what you see, it's great. We're the rinkiest dinkiest podcast out there, just for your fun. And if you've been here before, well, welcome on back. Glad you came back this week. We got some great stuff for you. Come on in, sit down. We're gonna chill. We're gonna bring the mood down just a tad bit. We're gonna bring the lights down. If I had a dimmer, that'd be great. If I could just bring the lights down. Let's say that like. Let's bring the lights down a little bit, folks.
Be careful. I think Dan, who reviews, has the market cornered on lights. So
Yeah,
don't
show.
bring them in.
That is true. You know what? Since Ryan's here, and I'm going to do this for Dan, since Dan can't be here with us. Pow! Welcome, Ron. How you doing? It's Dan. You know, we love you, Ron. Like, I love your mother. As you can see, I got them all behind me, Dan. I'm going to the lights just for you, Dan. How do I do? How did it?
Pretty solid accent, I think. Were you miming his hair too? His little
yes. He always had. He's like, yeah. I can't do Brandon yet. Like, I'm trying to still get Brandon down. But I have met Brandon in person, and he's an awesome guy. He's actually about as tall as I am, probably taller than me. He's like 6'2", 6'3". The man's tall.
Yeah. He is. He posted a picture from years ago when I met him at London Comic Con, and I just looked like a little. He was probably like 18 at the time too, or something. He was really young.
Oh wow! Folks, we cannot forget this month. What we're doing is Toys for Tots. We are, anytime you donate, we are doing a giveaway. So when you donate any money, you post it, take a screenshot of it, post it on Instagram, hashtag it IE Toys for Tots. And tag us in there, and you'll be entering the giveaway at the end of the month. Our viewers are awesome. This community is super awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you because you all have stepped up and donated some prizes to the giveaway. So first, tonight, bring this up here, was donated by Phone Formers. Thank you so much. Phone Formers has thrown in 2 Mythic Legions and a dial to the giveaway. That is super awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. I don't like the words escape me at this point. But not only that, our own Dom Chicharito is donating the Ned and Peter 2-pack that just released as well. So thank you, Dom. Thank you, Phone Formers. But not only that, White Mike Vegeta has donated weapons crates as well. So thank you. I appreciate y'all. You all have, like, you blown my mind. I love you all. I really do. Like, you all are super awesome. Can't nobody take anything away from you, i.e. Goon Squad. But the community as a whole has come together. But I thank you very much. Now, I'm a little because you gotta step it up, folks. I love y'all, but the whole point of this is to donate to kids who might not be able to get the toy in. We want to hopefully build the next generations and let kids have the fun, like as a kid. We remember being kids. We remember having fun with the toys that we got. So let's help out. Let's do this for the children. As Phone Former said, Trick loves the kids. I can't, Phone Formers, Phone Formers. But if you can, just donate what you can. Screenshot it, tag us in it, put hashtag IE Toys for Tots, and you'll be entered in the giveaway. Excuse me, the giveaway at the end of this month, which we'll have on a Sunday when we're doing Collecting Our Future. So please tune in for that. Like I said, it'll be a different group that's going to be joining us. So it's definitely going to be fun. We're going to have different questions, but it's going to be a great time like we had last time. And I loved what we did last time. And that's thanks to Hero Collections, Brandon. He gave it, like, he actually threw the thought out there and we made it happen. And I'm glad we did because I love what it was. Just talking about general space, your budget. No Brandon budgets because he has Excel sheet he budgets with, but it was fun. It was a good, realistic talk about collecting now in this time. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it. I'm not going to give away everything, but we do talk about a lot of stuff that that doesn't get talked about in the collecting world, in the community right now, and it was fun. So go watch it. If you haven't got a chance to watch it, go check it out and leave your comments. Definitely want to hear what you think about it. Greg says my mic is cutting out a bit. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, Greg.
Can I just jump in? Can I just jump in here and say, guys, I think it's great that you guys are doing this for the Toys for Tots. I watched it a little bit last year, and so it's great to see you guys doing it again. Thanks to the donations and support of the channel members, and so doing this all without corporate level sponsorship, but just doing it on your own. So congrats to you guys, and that's very admirable. So just wanted to say that. I appreciate it.
Thank you. This wouldn't be without the people who are watching. Everybody watching. They are the reason why I do it. The kids are the reason why I do it. But I also wanted to find a way as a collector to give back to the community. And I thought this would be the best way. We like toys. Kids like toys. It's a great little mashup there. So don't forget, donate, tag us, hashtag IE Toy for Tots. Get in there. All right. So Ryan, Rush asked me to show you his collection, and it's a very extensive collection. I don't know how to put it. It's very beautiful. Get up here real quick, and I will. Where's that? Here we go. I'm speechless when I say. Every time he comes on, I see. Well, I should say he was on with us 2 weeks ago, and then he's on Legends Liquors with Dan Who, and whew, it always makes me speechless. So, without further ado, here we go.
Drum roll, please.
His Avengers. This is ridiculous. Yeah, this is utter wow. Like how he has it set up, the diodes in there, it's amazing.
Yeah, anytime folks get creative with the diodes, I'm always jealous of that because I don't have that kind of skill to do. So, you'll love to see it. Awesome Hall of Armors there. What else? I'm squinting, but I can make out some Galactus on top, the little Galactus. Hopefully the bigger one will be coming to complete it. Might be too tall for that. I don't know. I might have to have him crouching down a little bit. But Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah. He has a Sentinel crouched. Yeah, because Galactus is Sentinel. Woo. Woo.
We've got a Spider-Man Rogues Gallery. We've got another Spider-Man scene below. The couple of Spider-Man scenes below. That's like are those custom shelves? They're not the standard kind of IKEA cases that everyone has, right?
No, I don't think they're IKEA case. Rush is here. He's like, so Rush, what kind of shelves? I remember you saying, but I your comment underneath you explained to us last time. So he says he has like his girls and comics underneath here, underneath shelves. But and then I'm not sure what kind of what shelves these actually are.
Is he an X-Men fan? He's got all X-Men books on the bottom shelf, facing out.
Yes. He said it's a small part of the collection. He wants to. There we go. So here's the other part of it. Let me zoom in a little bit here. There we go.
That's good.
That's
So
awesome.
you got some new.
Good lighting going on there too.
Yeah.
Oh no, what's going on?
He's got that AOA.
All the bones, the Age of Apocalypse.
That's one thing
He said the $30 shows.
One thing I have to add, just since you said that, Ryan, one thing I feel that we were really cheated by the world, not by your team, but by the world. We never got to see all those little heads at SDCC that Dwight was going to bring. You got that AOA display. I always wonder what it would have been like.
I wonder what happened to them.
Oh.
Oh, so there's the
he said these are $30. Yeah. I'm sorry, real quick. He said these are like $30 shelves from Walmart.
X Mansion. You've got some teams. Yeah. You've got Excalibur, X Factor, X Force in the middle there. Nice troop building with the AIM soldiers and the 2 MODOKs. Love to see that. And the Hellfire Club in the upper left. Yeah. It's crazy to see everything all together. Alpha Flight. Are these all, so are the figures all freestanding? Or are they, there's no stands
they
really?
Look to, no. Firestar looks like she's on a stand. Everybody else looks like they're freestanding.
Yeah. Are there any like earthquakes of figures knocking each other over? I hope not.
He said yes, they're all free. But here's that's a nice setup. That's
wow.
That's wild.
Very cool.
What arcade machine is that? Is that the X-Men game or something?
That's the 4. Yeah, he said that was the 4-player X-Men one.
Okay. I couldn't pull the trigger on that
because
I already have the Ninja Turtles 4-player and another X-Men versus Street Fighter. I just don't have room for another 4-player one.
We had that discussion a few weeks ago on the Sunday show. Those things are gorgeous, but space. It's a real thing you have to consider.
Yeah, the new I'm thinking about getting the arcade that they're. I think they got the new 4 games in there.
It's Marvel vs. Capcom, I think, right?
Yep, that one. So I'm like, oof, that one. I might have to get that one. But thank you, Rush. Ryan, your final thoughts on it?
Yeah, that's super impressive, right? I mean, not just organizing by teams, but doing the dios and like the army building and the battling. That's very, very impressive. So props to you, Rush. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. All right, folks. Let's see. So we'll get into some news a little bit. So I don't know if everybody caught She-Hulk. I don't know, Ryan, did you watch it yet?
I did.
You got a chance to watch it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Okay. I did as well. I think it's going to be good. This is a good lead up. The first episode was pretty good. Before I even watched it, I've seen a lot of mixed reviews, like on Reddit and other sites that were posting their reviews on it. But it was very good. Bart, we won't spoil it, Bart. We won't spoil it. But there's some comedic moments in it. It's kind of like, I would say, like kind of like Deadpool-ish a little bit with the breaking of the fourth wall. So what are your thoughts on it, Ryan?
I mean, I think they're clearly trying to take the different Disney Plus shows in different genres, right? Certainly WandaVision was very unique. I think the most recent show, Ms. Marvel, was almost more like a family kind of drama almost, and then it kind of got superhero-y at the end. But this is just a different take, and they've said it all along that it would be a lawyer procedural show with some of that humor and breaking the fourth wall, which was like, I found it kind of light. I'm sure they'll get more into it, but it was just like very quick, like winks. It wasn't over the top. And I enjoyed it. I think the lead is very well cast. I didn't know too much about her because I didn't watch that other show she was in. I forget the name of it, but she had this other kind of sci-fi show she was in, so I didn't see that. So I didn't.
Orphan Black, I think it was
Orphan
called.
Black. Yeah, I was gonna call it Black Mirror. No, it wasn't Black Mirror. Orphan something. I thought she was really great. Just her and Bruce kind of going back and forth throughout the whole episode. And I didn't. Sometimes it's like, you feel pressure to kind of watch the Disney Plus shows, especially like the day they come out because everyone's talking about it.
Right.
But I think I'm going to be looking forward to this one.
Definitely. Nice.
What about you guys?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for what it is. I enjoy the comedy aspect of it. My only concern is we'll see how they handled Daredevil, because we like that kind of more serious tone with him. But I think they made a lot of good choices. I understand from some research and some podcasts I listened to that originally they weren't going to do the origin story till the end of the season, like episode 7 or 8, and they reshot and recut the episodes. And I really think that had a positive effect on this first show, because they hit the ground running. They hit us with Bruce Banner right away. That's not a spoiler. It's obviously the trailers. So I really like how they handled that. The reshoots and the shuffling around and the editing, I thought was well done. And I'll be tuning in every week. As soon as I get home from work, I'll be putting it on the watch. So I'm excited to see how the cameos go, and a lot of cool characters will be in this show. Abomination's back.
Yeah, I enjoyed this, and now that you say that, that's where I could see like where they kind of moved. It seemed like that was really cut differently, the origin story, like where it was cut at the beginning, because it seemed like some stuff like was cut like really quick, and then it's like you're like the next scene, like, okay, it was kind of like a blink and miss it, but it did work for the first episode. So I'm kind of glad they got it out of the way, and they kind of did like they told the origin story the way they did, because it was great. Like, you got the middle part, you got the origin out of the way. All right, cool, quick and done. Now we can get into the show.
Ryan,
I'm just going to lead up a little bit.
As based on the trailers that you've seen, what cameo or character are you most excited to see on the show, other than the Hulks themselves?
Yeah, I think Daredevil, like you said, that's just going to be really interesting. I was a fan of the Netflix entire run of those, and Yeah, I think he was in. Yeah, that was in the trailer, right? Just the suit, and we saw him in Spider-Man: No Way Home, and that really awesome scene. And so I would say that. I mean, I'm not the hugest Abomination fan. I barely remember those Hulk movies, to be honest with you. But maybe he'll win me over again when we get to see more of Emil Blonsky and less of just the Abomination. Right? He was in the trailer too.
Disney doesn't want you to remember that movie anyway, so that's okay. We're doing everything they can to make you forget about that movie, so it's all right. That's what the mouse wants.
Very true. We do have some super chats to get through here. Striding with the super chat, with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Striding. Welcome to the stream, Ryan, and thanks for all your hard work on being part of the Legends team as we continue to wait for the new figure.
Well, he's on the list of characters that either Toy Biz did or Hasbro did in the early days, and we've been knocking them out kind of slowly but steadily from a MODOK to others. So yeah, he's on the list. So stay tuned for more.
I have, and sir, I promise I won't be begging for too many figures on this stream, but I'd be very remiss if I didn't say one, because a good friend of mine is watching. He's been wanting for a long time. So I have 3 words for you, sir. Please, Strife, please.
Okay.
I won't push beyond it. That's all I have to say. Please, Strife, please.
Well, I don't know if this is public knowledge. It might be, but Mr. Dwight Stahl, my close friend, he is a admitted Strife fan, and right. So that's probably why Strife made it in the first place, all the way back in that original Jubilee wave. But yeah, he's been asking for Strife a lot too.
Nice.
Yeah, nice, very nice. Collector Express says, I would love to see the Ultraverse characters in Marvel Legends. Marvel brought Malibu Comics and Ultraverse in the 90s.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a deeper cut. I'll need to go back and research that myself.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like, I remember the cartoon when they showed it on TV, and that was kind of like my intro to the Ultraverse. Like, that was it. Like, really, that was really about it for me. I've seen some of the comics, but I never got into them myself.
The big guy was Prime, right? He's a big Superman analog sort of character.
Yeah, he was almost like that Shazam character because he was like a little kid, and then he turned into like this giant superhero. Like, yeah. Okay, Figure says She-Hulk rules. Let's get a Brian version of Legends in Legends form. Nice. Yeah, John Bryant. Yeah, She-Hulk is a great run. Let's see. Greg says seeing Rush's display brings to mind we didn't see Dios this year at SDCC. Any idea why that wasn't?
Yeah, so the San Diego Comic-Con was great to be back this year, but it was still everyone working their way back, and I think you saw that from some of the other exhibitors as well. We just basically had to rush to get everything, to the show and figure out what we were doing there. The layout was also a little different. This year they had a Nerf Gelfire range. Like Magic the Gathering had a big spot, and so there just wasn't room to accommodate these humongous displays for a Marvel Legends dial or a Star Wars dial, as much as we love to do that. They had a car. They had like the Camaro. No, maybe it wasn't a Camaro. They had one of the Bumblebee cars right around the corner that I never saw because we were on the opposite side. But yeah, so there wasn't as much space, and we had a lot of product to show in those freestanding pedestals. If you guys were saw the layouts and walked around, so at some point I would love to work with the team to create a new diorama, because that diorama was falling apart and held together with Scotch tape and toothpicks, basically going to and from Rhode Island to San Diego for every year, and it was getting up there in age. So we're due for a new one. Hopefully, in the future, we'll be able to get one out there, because it's always fun setting up, and I know the fans love checking it out, and we hide Easter eggs in there in fun ways. So I do miss that.
Nice. So I wanted to send a special shout out to William McLaughlin. So I was doing a live last night on Instagram. And Ryan, if you want this next year for SDCC, I can send you. I'm glad you send you a Kang chair or somebody's here. Here we go, 3D printed Kang chair, folks. They're coming soon. I'm printing them up. This is the test one. Hopefully the finished version is printing up now. But yes, but I was talking about this. It's a cheap plug for me. But I said, he's like, he's always watched and he's never said anything. I said, say something. You know, I enjoy seeing everybody who's always on the show watching. So he said something. He said, "Sick collection. Thanks for sharing with us." Thank you, Will. Thank you. Rush sends in a super chat. Says, "Thank you, Dante. I'm honestly taken back with the praise from Ryan."
Well deserved. Well deserved.
There you go. See, you got it. You all got it. Like, yeah, I'm just a poor. I'm not even a figurehead. I'm just a little guy like you are. I'm just a regular dude doing regular things. Yeah, a lot of comments are happy for Mark Ruffalo. And Daredevil coming back. Collector Express says, I don't really get why the MCU decided not to give his healing factor. His healing factor is just as good as Wolverine in the comics. You know, it's always, how can I put it? Like, it's going to be little changes that we always see in the MCU. It's not always, you know, what we always think in the comics as we grew up reading. You know, unfortunately, that's something that they did change. And it worked out. At least we had an explanation for it. Because most times, like, some companies, not going Warner Brothers, they will just give you nothing and like, hey, here it is, explained. So I'm joking. I like DC movies. I like the DC movies, so I do.
They're okay. They're not bad. While we're talking TV, though, if I could ask you a question, Ryan, I don't think I've heard you comment on it before. I might have missed it though. In preparation for tonight, I went back and rewatched the Disney Plus 616 documentary on toys, where the Marvel Legends team obviously was part of that showcase. And one thing I wanted to say, first of all, your love for the community and the team and just the figures in general comes across so strongly there. So thank you for that. You're so passionate. And my second point would that be, can you just discuss that process or just your experience filming that documentary a little bit with our audience?
Yeah, I could talk about that for a whole episode. It was crazy. Like, they came to us and, you know, like, we work with a lot of big partners who do a lot of great things. And there's a lot of opportunities for different kinds of things. And this came off as kind of a throwaway. I didn't know. They're like, oh, yeah, they're going to be doing a Disney Plus documentary on toys. And so they might want to ask someone some questions. And email got bounced around. And, you know, eventually, you know, we had a call with the producer, like the associate producer, and didn't really know what would happen. But they really wanted to talk with people who like worked on the brand, Marvel at Hasbro, who like really love Marvel. And so the people that jumped to mind immediately were, you know, Dwight and myself at the time. So we just kind of threw it out there, and then eventually they were like, yeah, you know, we'd love to shoot at Hasbro and interview you guys. And so it kind of got real pretty quick. And then Laura ended up being in that as well. She was a model artist at the time, back when we were still doing hand-painted paint masters for Legends figures and taking photos of those hand-painted models and submitting them for deco approval and stuff. But now that's all digital, which it was headed that way actually, you know, around that time anyways. And then when we all had to work at home for like a year and a half because of the pandemic, that actually forced everyone's hand to really do it that way. But yeah, it was awesome. They had to come and, you know, we shot in a couple of different offices. We staged that Fantastic Four photo shoot. We did it basically especially for the Disney Plus documentary crew, but that is how we would in the old days do those photo shoots for like on Instagram. If the Pulse puts, you know, the way Pulse continues to do those G.I. Joe classified series diorama shots that are gorgeous, they film it the exact same, they shoot them the exact same way on a little set with, you know, little set dressings and things like that. And so that photo shoot was for the documentary. What else? They had us at like 4:30 in the afternoon have Dwight put on his jacket and backpack and like walk down the hallway, and Ryan like say good morning to him and like pretend like you're going to work. And so that was some of the.
I love that. I chuckle every time. I love it.
And then it was like, oh, do it again. Like, okay, do it again. Take two. Oh, good morning, Dwight.
Look happier to see each other, right? Like,
yeah. And so no, but it was awesome to do, and it was a great opportunity. Like, we filmed for 2 days. Right after Toy Fair, so it was late February. We got back from Toy Fair in New York, and then like the following week they were coming to Rhode Island to film with us. And then I think in late March, maybe early April was when they sent everyone home for an undisclosed amount of time, right? Because everything was shutting down. So if the production schedule had just shifted back a couple of weeks, it never would have happened. But it was all still going on, before things got crazy. And yeah, it was awesome. They actually did shoot at New York Toy Fair with us. We met them there. They had some clips from the fan media kind of panel down at Toy Fair in the auditorium, and they got some B-roll of the showroom floor with some of the fans who were down there. And we filmed like hours of interviews and stuff, and they have to, of course, edit it all down to a 35-minute documentary. And they also had Funko, and they had Jesse and Joanne and Dave Vonner and some other people, from the Toy Biz history side of things at Marvel. So and they had Mitchell Wu, who is a toy photographer, who kind of showed how they do that. His segment was great. And yeah, you never know what they're going to use, right? And it was really funny because the episode came out, and I was just watching it on my phone the morning it came out, and I booted up, and it starts, and I hear this voice, and it's my voice, but I didn't know, so it was really weird to be leading it off like that. And I thought it was kind of poetic too, because if you watch the whole thing, I'm at the start, and then Dwight says some nice poignant stuff at the end, and so Dwight end caps it. So it's Team Hasbro, really representing the Marvel Unboxed on the 616 there. So yeah, it was a great experience. Super lucky that we get these kinds of experiences to do with Marvel, working on such an awesome brand that does so much, and very, very grateful to be in the likes of great company like Jesse and Joanne and Dave and all those other folks.
It's also very cool too how we saw the process of that Cyborg Spider-Man being put together, and I feel like it was in our hand either right before or immediately after. The timing was uncanny. It was so neat to see something that was a new product in your collection so quickly, and then watch that development process behind the scenes. So I thought that was fantastic. You guys were great on there, and it gave us a lot of insight into what things are like for you at Hasbro.
Yeah,
it was definitely awesome.
The timing did work out because that item, that Cyborg Spider-Man, was like an end of the year type. Was it a Target exclusive maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Some kind of right.
Yeah.
So so we filmed in February, and then I think it got released in late fall, and so it actually really worked out nicely.
Very nice. And when you said that, it reminds me of The Simpsons when they're shooting Radioactive Man in the city in the Springfield. He's like, "We're going, hey, Millhouse, we need to do the Jimmy Wilkers again." He's like, "We already did it 5 times, but we need to do it again." He goes, "Again, and again, and again, and again, and again." So when you said the good morning thing, that's what reminded me of. It's like, we're going to say good morning again, and again, and again, and again, but we already did it 6 times. But I'm glad you have fun, and I'm glad we got to see that, the behind the scenes of of Hasbro and how figures get started, how you do your pictures, what at the current time how you were doing them. So, but it was awesome. It was very well formed and very fun to watch.
They had the way they edited the Fantastic Four wave with Dr. Doom, that photo shoot we did. We were trying to show all the viewers how photo shoots happen, but I felt like I came across as kind of this neurotic psycho, because I was telling Rachel, who was the photographer, do this, then do this, but I wouldn't normally be all up in the process like that, but it was for the oh, can you tilt him a little bit this way, and so it's just the crazy marketers. That's what
there was a line of dialogue there too. I was going to bring this up, and I did, but since you brought it up, right before you got to that scene where they asked you something like, "Would you say you're a perfectionist or something?" And you had a pause before you spoke, and then they cut right to that, and I was like, "Is that intentional?" It lined up very well in a narrative format.
They made it look. They made us look good, and we appreciate that. Some of the I didn't honestly know what to expect, because if you've seen the Toys That Made Us on Netflix, the style of that is more tongue in cheek, and I feel sometimes they cut people awkwardly on purpose, but I mean. So I didn't know what to expect, but they treated us very nicely. The Disney Plus crew.
That's awesome. Oh, 20 Round said, "Did someone say MODOK?" We all know, Kev. We already know you have trouble putting stuff together, Kev. It's sad sight, Kev. Come on, Kev. Gotta get together. Gotta get together. I guess that's the next thing. Can you put instructions in there for things that are complicated for people like Kevin next time, like, can you put those like in those big packages, like, because I see like him struggling putting stuff together, and I'm like, I just need to fly to Canada and just put it together.
We'll try. I think that's why Kev's not a big Transformers collector, because that stuff gets complicated.
Well, they got more complicated. Like, I love Transformers, and I loved them as a kid, but it was like, I can't do this anymore. Not like I was a kid. I remember I had to. Hey, there we go. We're done. Not anymore. Now it's like, man, it hurts.
A little bit of anxiety sometimes. I did my review of Bonebreaker, which, by the way, Bonebreaker is absolutely gorgeous. That's going to be easily a top 3 figure of the year. But when I went to put that together and do a review, I definitely cheated and watched like 3 other videos because I wasn't doing it live, but I was like, I'm going to snap a peg, I'm going to put them on backwards. So it's fun though. That's part of it, I think, is messing around and getting your hands on it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go through some of these because I know I got past we're knee deep in chats. Robert Diaz with the super chat says, any chance we get a Kid Deadpool or Deadpool Champion of the Universe anytime soon?
They were in
Thank you for the super chat.
They were in the 3 3/4 line way back. There was a Taco Truck Comic-Con exclusive that I want to say both of them were in, but assuming you mean 6-inch, yeah, we'll see. Deadpool is kind of, they announced the next film, I think, that it's in the works, I believe, right? And so when that comes, maybe there will be a live action version, or maybe we'll at some point get a chance to go back to do those characters from the comics.
Nice. Then we got another super chat. Man, I missed a lot of these. We were talking about that. Man. From Damien says, Dan, with Razorback, you almost gave us a nice animated series Mysterio. Is there a chance a cel-shaded figure could happen? Also, any more Serpent Society? Thank you, Damien. I was going to ask you a question, Damien, but you beat me to it.
So sorry. So what was that question?
I'm sorry.
It was about.
I'm sorry. I probably didn't read it fast.
So we did.
Yes. He says, Razorback, you gave us a 90s animated series Mysterio. Is there any chance for a cel-shaded figure of Razorback? And then also, is there any more Serpent Society?
So Razorback is probably going to be good for a while. And then Serpent Society is, that's a team that has a lot of members, and we're slowly we drop them in every now and again. I think who was the one from the Avengers Endgame wave? It was like Rock Python or something. It was a pretty deep cut. So yeah, we'll continue to do that, but I think we have quite a ways to go on the Serpent Society, if I'm not mistaken.
Then we have another super chat. Goodness, I missed a lot. Dang, knee deep in talk.
With Blake. Super chats.
What's that?
Thank you for the super chats, everybody.
Yeah, that's true. But thank you everybody for the super chats. I appreciate each and every. I'm going to get to you, even if you didn't super chat. I'm going to try to get to your comments too. Blake says, "Thank you for the super chat. I'm late, Ryan. You all are the best. Thanks for all you do. The big three have really revolutionized the relationship between the toy company and the collector."
Yeah, thanks, Blake. We see Blake in all these chats, and so he's always very supportive. We appreciate that, and we just go about things in the way that we would want to, I guess, as collectors ourselves. And nothing's perfect. I think it's been an interesting couple of weeks. The past couple of weeks in the toy community, just a lot of different threads of things going on. But I think at the end of the day, right, like this is something fun, and it reminds us of what it was like being a kid, and it continues to bring us new happiness, and it's all this thing we love. And my philosophy is just like, hey guys, like there's a lot of options out there, right, from all the companies and all the lines, and no one controls everything. People are fans of a lot of different stuff. Just collect what you like. All these companies are trying, the designers, marketers, everyone behind the scenes, they're doing what they think is best given a lot of the realities that go into everything, right? And if you don't like something, cool, like maybe you'll like the next thing, right? So that's just how I try to look at it.
That's something I actually said last night. Look, if you feel like it's not for you, that's fine. If it's not for you, it's not for you. You don't have to bash on anybody else about it if they like it. But if I say I like it, you don't have to come in and say, well, you're wrong for liking it. Just let me enjoy it. Like, I have right here, Gwen. She's carrying a baseball bat. Don't know why, but I enjoy it. Just let me enjoy that. Gwen holding Jigsaw's baseball bat. I just want to enjoy this. It's just a random thing, but I like it. She sits on the desk. She guards computers. She does whatever she wants. She got a baseball bat. I'm not gonna argue with her, but it's fun. This is the whole thing about, and I said this before. This is kind of reason why I started this podcast, because I just wanted to have fun. Just have fun talking to like-minded toy collectors in the community and just talking about toys. This, for some people, this is their release from everyday issues that are happening at work, life. This is their relaxation period. This is the fun. Like, man, I get to sit around and talk to people, like-minded people who like collecting toys just like I do. And we're just here to have fun. And if you missed Dan and Brandon yesterday, I definitely say go give them a watch. They couldn't have said it better than I'm saying right now. They said it very well yesterday on their show. So give it a watch too. And since Dan is here, I guess I gotta plug him too. Pal, go watch my review on Century. I got the Walgreens exclusive Century over in UK. Pal, go watch it. It's great. You'll love it. Pops in there too. So that's for you, Dan.
I want to add to that too, Dante. Real quick analogies. I'm the analogy guy. I get that people are critical because they enjoy things, whatever. I get that. But if it truly makes you into a miserable person, real quick analogy. A long time ago, I tried to play golf. I tried a couple times to play golf, and I was miserable playing golf. I was terrible at it. It didn't provide me any joy, so I stopped playing golf. So, that's where I'm going with that, right?
Okay.
If it's bringing that much anxiety to you on a regular basis, maybe go try golf. I don't know.
Yeah.
That is a good analogy. So you wouldn't, if you didn't enjoy golf, you wouldn't go buy all this equipment, go wake up early and get out to the course and spend hours walking around in the hot sun to, hit balls poorly and then throw your clubs in the river. Like, you wouldn't subject yourself to that, right? You would find another hobby that you enjoyed more, and you would hang out with people who also enjoyed it, and you would, not spend your Saturdays like that. Like, totally.
Yeah. Yep. Why feel frustrated when you don't like something? It's just like, you know what? I'm done. Let me just go ahead and step away from it and find something else I can enjoy, put myself into. Hero Collections with the super chat. Ryan, what have been favorite moments during developing MCU Legends? What is it like meeting? I don't know. I know I'm going to pronounce it. If you can help me, Ryan, with this, I don't want to mispronounce his name. Is it Simu? Simu. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for the epic work you and the team do.
So thanks, Brandon. Good to see you. So yeah, what is it like? What's the favorite thing developing MCU figures? Probably seeing the early reference when it first comes in. It kind of starts as just painted work of whoever, like Chris Pratt as we know he's Star-Lord, right? And then here's what his new costume might look like. And then it gets to the point where they do actor fittings, like actually in the costume, and sometimes it's like stunt doubles in the costume, and then eventually it gets to the point where it's the actor everyone knows and recognizes in the costume, and then so you start to, it's the iterative process, and then just kind of being a part of that and getting an early sneak peek into some of the details. They do that with some of the props as well, some of the accessories and character kind of weapons and gear. So that's just a really special peek behind the curtain into something like super, super top secret. It doesn't, we can't glean the movie plot from just those reference things, but yeah, it's just fun to see. It's kind of the movie magic. And meeting Simu was awesome. Got the chance to do it in San Diego. He, I had a friend that who helps run the actual Marvel Entertainment booth. And he just texted me and was like, "Hey, Simu's backstage here. If you guys want to meet him, I might be able to get you in real quick, but you need to get here quickly." So I just ran over there with my family, who was with me at the con, and he was back in the back there, and he was super nice. He was a little tired, I think, because of all that was going on. But then once we brought my son up, and I was like, "Oh, he went as Shang-Chi last Halloween." And I had it on my phone. It was my lock screen on my phone was a picture from Halloween 2 years ago, or a year or two ago, and he was in the Shang-Chi suit. And then so Simu kind of smiled and lit up, and he he actually, he signed a Legends figure, which is I have on display right here, back here. I put it in a nice case, but he autographed it, and like I didn't ask him to. I was going to give him the figure just to carry with him or give it to someone else, like whatever he wanted. But he signed it and just handed it back to me, and so I was really, really thankful for that. And you know, he's going to be, I think, important as we see moving forward, and can't wait for what's next.
Nice, that's awesome. That's super awesome. Rob says, will we get? Are you going to be making a Weapon H figure? Because he said he needs it.
That would be a big one. If we could, if we could find a spot for. Can't reuse the Hulk for that. We'd have to do a lot of new stuff on that.
There you go. I'm going to get to his other super chat because he's a troublemaker, but I still love him. Bobby Valance super chat. Mixed Power could have been awesome.
Bobby, what's up, Bobby? Bobby and I still text on the side about trading cards and all the goodness, and we actually ran into each other in with a kid. Like I was taking my kid to a friend's birthday party, and I just saw Bobby like in the trampoline like park, and we just said hi, so that was fun. Mixed Power would have been awesome. I think we can talk about it, whatever. Like it's you know, it was for the second Guardians of the Galaxy film, Volume 2. It was the kid line. It would have been a kid line, not Legends, but it was just an idea we had that Bobby had. And, you know, I loved it, and we tried to get it in, but some stuff got shuffled around, and it ended up not materializing exactly the way he had it planned. But it would have been really fun.
One thing I wanted to jump in on, just you mentioned your love of trading cards, which is obviously very well known in the community. You're a collector, you always have been. Something I've been really enjoying over the last couple of years, and I again haven't heard a lot of people talk about them online or post questions to you, were the Marvel Legends GameStop exclusive trading cards. I'm not sure if you have any knowledge on that line, if you collected them at all. I've really enjoyed tracking these down. It's hard to do, but I'm just curious if there's a future for more cards, you know, that are Marvel Legends inspired, or if you're collecting them.
So that was driven out of a promotion between GameStop, the retailer in the U.S., and our U.S. sales team, basically. And so we provided input on those. And the short answer is, I don't know of any more of those activations planned, but I think I agree with you. I think they were well received, especially amongst that intersection of trading card collectors and Marvel Legends fans and just Marvel fans. And no, I don't have a complete set. They gave us a few sample packs, but I haven't opened them because I'm crazy like that. So I like to keep them all sealed up. And so maybe one day I'll go down and try to build the different sets. They were themed loosely around waves at the time. Mm-hmm. So back then, there was a Fantastic Four retro wave at the end of the year. There was a Age of Apocalypse wave. There was a Villains wave, and I think there was an Iron Man wave. So people were always asking like why those characters were chosen, you know. And there was a disclaimer on the Upper Deck marketing for that was like not indicative of future releases, because we didn't want to only do characters that had figures, but we also didn't want to say, because you see a character on the card, that we are promising to make that character. So yeah, but it was cool how Upper Deck did it too, with the variants, with the foil versions of everything. So you could do a base set and a foil set, and that was a fun little side project to work on.
It sucked me. I haven't card collected in years, and it sucked me right back in. They're in my binder with my original Flair Ultra cards now. But side note, I managed to get a lot of packs and a lot of extras. If you need, let me know.
Okay. Very kind.
Yep.
It's funny because when you talk about that, like I started trying collecting some of them on their website, like those top, I think it was Tots cards. I think it's that one. I think they're doing the online one. But now they're doing something different. I think they're like doing like comics as well too. I really understand like how it was going. It's like comics and like comic covers or like comics themselves on there. So I was like, I'll take a chance, and I bought like 3 of them. Like it's 3 different, it was like variant covers of like comics that are getting to come out. I think one is AXE with the Iron Man variant on there, and I can't remember the other 2 that I bought. But they seem cool. I don't know. It says they can be delivered, so I don't know if they're like actual like full comics that can be delivered. So we see until they come out, because they don't come out for like a couple months. So I was like, all right, cool. We'll try and see how this works out. But it was kind of a cool concept. Phone Formers with the super chat says, please, OG Thunderbolts and Inhumans, please. Thank you, Phone Formers, again for your donation as well.
Yeah, so there was a Thunderbolts Comic-Con exclusive back a long ways now. So there's still some existing characters to do in there, and then Inhumans is one we hear all the time because it is a very classic, right, comic team with a lot of heritage. But I think if you take a step back and just think about the Disney and Marvel Studios aspect of it, like anytime there's a property that had a TV show or a movie or even animation, kind of that rearranges the priorities of what they understandably want licensees to focus on. So that kind of gets kind of complicated, and we just need to find the right times to really go after the comic iterations. I will say we might be getting a little closer to completing the Inhumans team in the not so distant future, but it'll be a trickle. It won't just be like here's a magical box set of every missing character. It kind of doesn't work like that. We just have to get them in where we can, and thanks everyone for their patience.
That's the word, patience, right there.
There you go. Yep.
Anticipation and patience. There you go.
Okay, everybody keeps saying like I'm in the Matrix or something. I'm not sure what's going on. Man, Blake with the super chat says, with the starting lineup coming, what sports icons would you each want? Ooh, that's a good question. Definitely LeBron. And I'll say if you're going to do sports icons, a starting lineup, I have to say LeBron, Dr. J, because Dr. J, I grew up at the end of his career, and this is gonna be a kicker. Charles Barkley.
Oh, yes.
Good choice.
Sixers or Suns or what?
Sixers. It's gotta be Sixers. Okay. Yeah, it's gotta be Sixers. Charles
Barkley was my favorite basketball player. Like I'm from Massachusetts, and so I've always rooted for the Celtics. But for some reason, as a kid in the early '90s, mid '90s, Barkley was my guy. And when he got traded to the Suns, was when I started watching NBA more seriously. And then they had that big finals run, against the Bulls, and so he was I had a Sir Charles on VHS, this documentary of him, going from his high school through college to it was before he got traded to Houston. So it was in the heyday of the Phoenix run, and so I would just watch that repeatedly. For some reason, all these kids were obsessed with Michael Jordan, and rightfully so. But I just loved Charles Barkley, number 34.
And it's weird that I'm sorry, real quick. It's weird that I say that because I was a Seattle Supersonics fan back when they were a team. So I love Sean Kemp, Gary Payton, Detlef Shrimp. Those who remember him. Because if you didn't remember Detlef Shrimp, Detlef, he was the 3-man. He was hitting them buckets. The Seattle Supersonics were awesome.
Yep.
They were a great team. Sad to see them go, but they were a great team, especially with Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. That duo was fantastic. It's a shame that they didn't win no championships, but they were a fantastic duo.
Yep. Before I answer this, I think I have to give a shout out to Mr. Van Winkle over at Toy Amigos and say sports. Sports.
You ain't got your deep V on though. You gotta get the deep V.
Sports.
Ball.
That's gonna show up somewhere later. I think I'll just give one name, and I went through a bunch in my head, but I remember having the original starting lineup as a kid. It's actually back here, but I won't go dig it out like I did for Sabretooth and Wild Child last week. Barry Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Barry Sanders, man. I mean, he stepped away so early, and I was always a Barry Sanders fan as a kid. It was like watching a video game. He was just crazy. He was electric on the field. So I think I would definitely buy a Barry Sanders, as I did have that one as a kid.
Nice. You know what's funny? I think would be a good one is Bo Jackson, because Bo did everything. Mm-hmm. Remember when it had those big commercials on TV like Bo knows baseball, Bo knows basketball, Bo knows football, like that, seeing making that a special figure, like a Bo Jackson baseball in his baseball jersey, like a Bo Jackson in a basketball jersey, Bo Jackson in a football jersey. That would be something special to have. Was
he in the cartoon with Wayne Gretzky? Remember they had a sports, they were superheroes, and it was all sports. It was all athletes in it with each other. I feel like he might have been in that cartoon with somebody get on the Google machine that's watching right now. Look up Wayne Gretzky, Bo Jackson cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know.
Old,
I don't remember that
mid-'80s
cartoon.
probably.
I might have seen it. I just don't remember it. That's the crazy part about it.
I'm an old guy, man. I got a lot of grays here to show it. So
Same here. I'm older than you. What are you talking about?
Are you older?
Stop it.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I am. I'm 40. Okay, I'm 40. Okay, sir, I'm 40.
I have a few more months before that hell kicks in, but I'll digress till that time.
See, I'm already applying for my Social Security. We got a super chat from Russ says, Ryan, with how big of a card collector you are, would you ever want to have a Legends themed cards with pictures of the actual figures, not comic artwork?
Yeah, so there's actually some. I'm blanking on the Instagram handle.
It's
But there's that guy
Posable Productions.
Yeah, Posable Productions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he and other folks have done that, and I actually got a couple of those early sets. Yeah, that's really cool, and it's something that we should do if I had more time to work with Marvel and Upper Deck, who holds the license for Marvel trading cards these days, to get something like that. That would be kind of fun. Good synergy there. But in the meantime, I think we'll just have to rely on Posable Production and others to show us what could be and to continue to inspire us in that way.
A lot of folks are asking for the Young Avengers. They're saying they would like to see a Young Avengers team pop back up.
Like the old Toy Biz Legends box set, I believe there was one, right?
Yeah. Yes. I paid. I got that for cheap, very cheap.
Oh, there it is. Mama said, "Pop you out." The best name in all of social media history. Just laid some knowledge on us. It was called the Pro Stars, and it was Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky, and I lost the other one in the chat. But there we go. I'm not crazy because of that today. Thank you. One thing confirmed.
Wow, I don't remember that. I honestly don't remember that show.
YouTube rabbit hole later on tonight. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. All right, folks. So Ryan, did you get anything cool this week?
Did I get anything cool this week? Yes, I got. So I got a PSA 10. Speaking of trading cards, Gambit from the Marvel Universe Series 2. Got this on a nice auction, and then also there's this guy this company Stand Up Displays. They make these little holders for top loaders and PSA graded cards, so you can kind of display them nicely. So free little plug out there for Stand Up Displays. Not that they need it from me, but I'm enjoying it. So that was really fun, and I was kicking myself because there was an auction up for the 1991 Rogue from the same set, and then I just told myself I would check back in later in the week, and I just forgot about it, and then I missed out. So I'll be looking to, because they would have gone great together. I've got the 1992 Impel X-Men set where the book just came out that everyone has been posting about. So I have the Rogue and Gambit and PSA 10s from that set, so they go nicely together. What else? This is kind of a super nerdy thing, but you guys would appreciate it. So I got these acrylic cases for some Legends. Speaking of this autographed Shang-Chi. So those just came in today, and so I look forward to playing with some of them.
Where did you find those at, sir?
Those are from Gonk Toys. I'd been following them for a while, and they had a sale. I think it was like $20 per. So I got a couple of those, and then I got some also for the retro carded, the standard 6-inch Legends retro carded. So I'll put a few in there as well. So yeah, just a couple of little pickups.
Cool stuff.
Tim, you get anything cool? I want first off, Tim, before you go into, what was that blue thing you had in the cart? It looked like a blue dragon. I don't know what it was. I meant to ask you about it.
When I was at Lowe's, like the Halloween stuff.
Yes.
So Tizzle, my adoring, very supportive girlfriend who's watching, I think right now. Her and I are big Haunted Mansion fans. Well, she's a big Haunted Mansion fan. I'm a tag along, I guess, compared to her. But Lowe's put their Halloween stuff out this week, so I went to do a little hunt ski while I was there. And she said, basically buy all the Haunted Mansion stuff. So that would have been, they had 3 different plushies of the hitchhiking ghosts from the Haunted Mansion. So I'm pretty sure that was one of them, I think.
Okay.
Would be my guess. Everything else in there was basically plastic, like a clock, a tombstone. Yeah. Speaking of geeky, there you go, Ryan. No worries. We all fit in here. But I will say, I went on a toy hunt this afternoon and came across something I didn't plan to buy. I didn't plan to. I was going to hold off and think about it. But I thought to myself, I can officially blame Ryan Ting as being an enabler if I bought this today.
Okay.
I only bought it because of him to say, I'll remember I bought it the day he came on the live stream. And that is the M'Baku.
Okay. So that was, you found him at Target, right?
I was at Target, yep. And in my toy and video that'll come out next week, I made sure to say that Ryan Ting is an enabler. And I bought this because of him. So you'll get some props for that, sir. But yeah, it's a great looking figure. I did not have the Build-A-Figure. I know this is an improvement from what I've heard on the Build-A-Figure itself. So, which does bring me to a question. Who was it that first brought up the idea of reissuing the Build-A-Figures in different formats, whether it's a single release like this or like our upcoming Terrax in the 2-pack, things like that?
So yeah, I'm not sure when that really started. I'm sure if I really thought about it, I could kind of pinpoint it. But yeah, I think it's just the strategy to do, is a couple of fold, giving people access who weren't around the first time, so you don't have to go collecting 6 figures from a 2015 wave to build whoever. Try to, if there's a meaningful update, my example when I talked about it previously was like the Kingpin. So the retro Kingpin is in a pretty different look. He's got a different collar piece. He's got he's not in the white. He's in the different colored suit. He's got a beat up, battle damaged head. And so we love to try to mix and match a little bit and not just do straight up, reissues. But sometimes we need an item here and there when we're line planning, and it's all balancing out. And I think it's been pretty well received. I would say on the whole, it's not really diminishing the original by any means, but it's allowing new people to kind of get in on it, and the more the merrier.
I think it's a great initiative, and a lot of us who have been collecting for a relatively long time tend to forget that every day there's a new collector, whether it's an adult collector, whether it's a young child getting into it, maybe their father collects, now they'll start to as well. So I think we tend to forget when these older BAFs get up there in price on eBay or Mercari or whatever, it is nice to be able to have that option to either acquire it for our own collection or to give new collectors that opportunity to get their hands on it. So I think that's great that the team in Hasbro does that. I really do.
Yes, very awesome. Also, so 796 did give you points. He said you do get points for enabling Tim for buying.
Official. It's official.
Mark
it down.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Nice
and then
out.
Kevin said now you gotta come to Toronto. The only cool things I got. So let me preface this. These I got under $200. I was surprised too, but these were awesome. So I had to get these. So I got these. I bought these graded comics, which were awesome. And these are not like low grades. These are all 9.8, 9.6 graded. So this one is Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality number 5. And I know this probably bounce it off. Let me minimize that. Here we go. What is that? And then I got these two because they were back-to-back issues. So 359 of the Amazing Spider-Man, The Return of the Villain You Demanded, Cardiac Attack. That's a 9.6.
Those are nice looking.
And then, and this is a 9.6 as well, the 360 right after. How, why, Cardiac side by side with the Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy to get these, but I was happy to get these even more. I don't know if you can see them. My Shield decals.
Those are awesome.
And these, yeah, thank you. Yeah, yo, these are water decals, and these are for my when I repaint my Buzz Lightyear ship. So I can put them on there and make some shield ships out of them and put these on there. So I was happy to get these. Definitely happy to get these. But then I did, as I did show, I'm going to be selling these soon. So be on the lookout. The only preface I wanted to make was before I started selling these, I wanted to make sure I had enough that I could say, hey, this is how many I have, you know, and you can order these. Still deciding on a price on these, but you know, you can put your Kang in there. He sits right nice, and and the Kang Dynasty is almost about to ready to begin. So there you go. He's ready to start wreaking some havoc and Avengers. But yeah, this I love how this turned out. This turned out pretty great. And if you're not familiar with this one, this is based off of Earth's Mightiest Hero. So I like that chair very nicely. So I did that one. So
that's the animated show we talked about, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, or comic book?
No, the anime series. Yeah, the anime series.
I know we gushed about it last week, so I won't go do it again. But gosh, that was such a good show. Oh, I wish it never ended.
It was. Yeah, it was so awesome. I love it.
So good.
That's an awesome looking throne, man. Like it's funny, like amongst the team, everyone has their corners of like little ideas that they continually pitch over and over again. And Dan and Dwight will tell you that I pitched thrones for a variety of characters over the years and continue to do so, and it still hasn't come to fruition. Sometimes it's like the characters actually wouldn't be able to sit in the thrones because if they're wearing, like, if they have a cape or something that's plastic and it doesn't flow, but like that Kang figure, you know, you just showed it sits beautifully in there. There's some other types of thrones out there that would make sense, and so I actually picked up this Starscream, the Coronation Starscream, I believe, Transformers, that has this throne, and I like took a picture and sent it to Dwight. I'm like, see, I need to get my thrones from the Transformers team because you won't make them for me.
Or here you go, if you need something, I have a 3D printer. I can print it for you. Just hit me up.
All right.
I don't mind printing out stuff for it. Like I print out a bunch of stuff. And actually, I printed out a flexible. I guess you could say it's a. I'm trying to think of the right word for it, but it's like a blade chest piece. But it's so flexy, so it fits over. And I sent it over to The Amazing, and he put in a picture using it with the Mezco blade and Nosferatu. So it was really cool. It wasn't my design. I cannot take no. I forget the gentleman who I bought it from, but it was I love how it came out with that flexible resin print, because you can bend it, it folds right back into place. So I gotta get some more and try to find some more uses like for flexi print.
Winger Lou's comment of the night so far: Marvel Legends Throne Wave confirmed.
So Ryan, before we get into other stuff real quick, and before we get into the latest information, I did want to say this. So I'm going to preface this, and I'm not asking you to confirm anything, but I said, and I quote it again, for the HasLab, it looks like we're getting Robbie Reyes in this section, which would be awesome. But I'm gonna say I'm gonna fill in Mephisto in that tier. I'm feeling a Blackheart in that tier. Now, other people had good ideas. They had Danny Ketch with his motorcycle. They said Robbie Reyes' brother. I'm trying to think, what was the other one? Oh, I said Nomad, which would be a deep cut, because we did have Nomad, the 5-inch figure, and the Ghost Rider line from the original Toy Biz.
Bart just threw out my suggestion, Dante, that I had thrown out there into this.
Oh, Blade, yes, a new Blade. So I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. And I know everything's already probably preset in stone, probably, but I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. I feel like a Mephisto's coming. I feel it in my bones.
This is what's great about our teaser, though, because some people were asking, do we want to show that at Comic-Con? And I was like, yeah, like we got to, it's Ghost Rider. There's still a lot of angles that you could take it if all you know is HasLab and Ghost Rider, and you guys and everyone else who's been speculating is proof of that. And so we'll have news to share sooner rather than later now that the His Tank has wrapped up. Congratulations again to our G.I. Joe friends.
Yes.
Yeah, those are great ideas, and I think most of them have been bandied about in the past months. Now, whether or not any of them will come to be, I think you'll have to see.
I love it.
That's the easy one. Man, we can just remake over Toy Biz. Hey, but hopping into Legends move, Mr. Dan, you tweeted out. Oh damn! Tomorrow is the 20th. We get a little taste, a little appetite taste of the HasLab. It's gonna be a little taste of it, folks. Tomorrow we just have to wait one more day, a couple more hours actually, till Dan wakes up and says, then he puts on this fresh cap. He says, "All right, it's gonna taste."
Yeah, it's always fun when the 20th falls on a weekend, and then we need to like schedule stuff for the weekend, and then follow up on the week after during the week, the business week. But Dan has done a great job at always making sure we've got something fun to talk about on the 20th of every month, because it is the 20th anniversary of Marvel Legends, and I just thank God we're not doing anything for the 21st anniversary, because it's been a lot of game planning in advance.
Well, we're talking about the HasLab.
Oh, sorry.
I wanted to say that we appreciate.
Sorry, real quick, Tim.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, real quick before you go into that. We got. So I forgot to announce this, and I do apologize, folks. So we did add a third member to the Infinity Equation podcast. He has been on the show before, and he's going to be on here monthly, and also on some of the other shows, our monthly show of Collecting Our Future. Let's welcome the newest member, Mr. Action Figure Skitty. Welcome, sir. As you look down and around.
What's up? Thank you for having me.
What's up, man?
Thank you for inviting me to the family. I appreciate you guys.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Happy to have you, sir. Happy to have you here.
Yes.
See you guys. Good to see you guys. How you doing, Ryan?
You too.
Nice to meet
you.
Good.
How are you, man?
I'm good. Cannot complain. Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna be the quiet guy in the corner here. Just
Sir, no, this is a participation show. You got to participate, okay? Everybody participates on here.
Well, I'm the newest member of the Rockefeller team, so I'm going to need the chain and everything. As Kevin suggested over there, I'm going to need that Rockefeller chain. So, when you guys come out with an Infinity Equation pendant, let me know.
See, now you give me ideas.
I like it.
How it go?
You are giving me ideas now. Now I'm gonna start handing out chains. Like, yo, welcome to the IE Goon Squad.
Right.
Initiate, like, yo. Oh my goodness.
That's great.
Thanks to you and Kevin. You Canadian guys, you okay with me? You guys over the border?
Yeah.
You put your thinking caps on. Y'all. Also, if you not get to pre-order your, I'm sorry, Tim, you were going to say, I do apologize. I cut you off.
That's okay, man. I talk too much. I just wanted to say that to you and the team that we do appreciate the updates on Galactus. So it was very cool to see the tweet this past week that Galactus should hopefully start shipping in November. So really looking forward to that day when I'm waiting for FedEx out on my porch.
Exactly. I'll wait for that next big box, and my wife can ask, like, "Ooh, what's this?"
It's a big box that I hope a lot of fans will keep, because there's some amazing artwork on both sides of it, as we demoed in the official Hasbro Pulse unboxing. And Galactus will be here before the end of the year.
Yeah, box looks good.
I think I can speak. The box is awesome, but I think I can speak for everybody. I think we all still have our Sentinel boxes, because I still got mine. Those weren't going in the trash. They're staying. My 3 kids stay with me in their traveling homes. And then once my 4th giant kid gets here, he gets his little traveling home gets to stay with me too. Like, they're not going anywhere. I'm gonna love all 4 of my children, Ryan. I love all 4 of my children. You know what? You gave me the best kids. I don't have to feed them. I don't have to clothe them. I just eat a little bit, and they take care of their own. They take care of their own. They're great. I don't have to do nothing with them except play with them and put some batteries in them.
I have one complaint, though. I have one pretty big complaint. It's with the Sentinel and with Galactus coming up. The complaint is the things are so doggone big, I'm terrified it's going to fall over onto our Chihuahua. And then that'll be the end of me. So I have to be careful now how I pose my Sentinel that our little Chihuahua Bruno doesn't get whacked by a Sentinel.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Public service announcement. Please display your HasLabs responsibly. I nor any of the people I speak on behalf of control gravity. So if you are displaying something above head level, I'm going to say you might want to reconsider that or use some sort of wire system like fishing line tied to the ceiling, as I've seen some really, really intense collectors do. But yeah, guys, be responsible.
Mine has never fallen once, to my recollection. Yeah. So no problems. I just jest, obviously. But
That's funny.
Also, if you get your pre-order, you can still get your make things hard to find. Get your She-Hulk pre-orders in this week. That started this week, coinciding with She-Hulk herself, the show. But definitely get those orders in. Great looking figure. Can't wait to get this one in my collection. And here we go. And the 5-box Razorback. Molten Man. I'm on the fly, but I know it's wrong. And Ultimate Spider-Man. This is just I keep forgetting his name. I do apologize.
Which one?
But that's up on Amazon. You can pre-order it now. I keep wanting to call him The Fly, and I know that's not his name. I don't know why I keep wanting to call him, because it reminds me of this old comic that used to come out. It was called The Fly, and it kind of like you kind of that character who dressed up like that.
Can we take the Jeff Goldblum head and put that on The Fly, and then have our movie version of The Fly?
Yeah, so you can play and the Brindle Fly. You just want a Brindle Fly, don't you?
I saw Kevin toying around, asked a really good question. He asked if the Sentinel box will fit inside the Galactus box. And so I don't know the answer to that, but I want to try that out at the office next week, and maybe I'll post about it on the results of that experiment.
Nice.
That'd be great.
Oh yeah. I think we might have lost Dante for a minute there. He'll be back, I'm sure, in a second.
Yeah, he'll be back in a second. He'll be back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Gotcha. Here we go.
There we go.
Okay, cool. Because everybody's saying like my audio's like cut. That's weird. I don't know why. All right. Yes. Hey, this show is still a work in progress after almost like being here for 3 years. This show's still a work in progress. I don't know why. I need to talk to the manager, the CEO of this company.
It's Wi-Fi connections. That's all. Just Wi-Fi connections.
But we did have some cool news. On 5K Toys order a Wavery Bone Stabber Giant Wild Boar brown and there's a brown and a black version. Yeah, I don't. These boys are big. I remember their wolves. They had the giant wolves. I'm trying to see. These are they $40? That can't be. That can't be. They can't be $40. Oh, yeah, full price is $119 plus shipping. I was going to say. So this is the down payment on them. So they're $119. This is on 5K Toys. And you can get brown or black. You do get a saddle. Looks like some giant horns and looks like a mask for the face of the boar.
Can it make you fly?
I just don't have 100.
Can you fly?
Yeah.
After that price? Because that's nuts for a boar. How big is this board? This big.
This board. Let's see.
This big.
It does not say how big this board is. It just says both can be matched with 6 inch and 7 inch half 112 figures. Both can be used as combat pets for 12-inch and 6 soldiers. There are 24 movable joints in the whole body, which can pose more vividly. Armors can be disassembled from the mount. So you got me on how big these things are.
That's pretty big. Yeah, I don't have to get 2. Huh.
You need 2?
Yeah. One to stock, one to rock, always.
All right.
Always.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, I forgot. Yes. So you can hang it on the wall.
A big boar on the wall? That'd be great. That'd be hilarious.
So you just now at the retro Spider-Man's on the wall, like yeah.
Just a random boar underneath. It'll be great.
Exactly. But this would be great with your Razorbacks. So you have a board with your Razorback. And you get your Razorback. So there you go. See, it all comes together.
You can have your Razorback ride the boar.
There you go. See? Razorback's got a new ride. He doesn't have a throwing sit on, but he's got a board to ride now. That's awesome. So we gave our crazy opinions. Tim, Ryan, what do you think?
Hey man, I got a giant shark guy back here. I've got a giant bear back here. Whatever, bring it on. Sure, why not? I love it.
Hakuna Matata, as Dan would say.
Yep.
Yes, that is very true. But that's cool. I 19 to spend on this right now. Now I think these are starting. This is looking good. I think they're getting ready to start shipping out as well. A Dinosaur Battlefield Dino Warriors, orange and green. Posability on them. They look well done. Awesome.
What was that cartoon when we were kids that had the dinosaurs? You remember the cartoon?
Dinosaurs? I know you are.
Yeah.
It's dinosaurs.
Was it? It was dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like dinosaurs.
He knows the song. Yeah.
Exactly. Just like you could say like Dink the Last Dinosaur. Dink
the Last Dinosaur. Yep.
Dinosaur.
So that was great too. Yeah. Oh, dinosaurs. Nice. I'm gonna look that up.
Good reference.
Great reference.
Yes. All right. Have a good night, Greg.
Yeah, Greg.
Take care, Greg.
I know most of the songs. I don't know a whole lot of songs. So don't you all be fooled like I know songs. Like I don't. I just know random stuff that sits in my head and takes up space for no reason. And how to fix computers. That's about it.
That's all of us. Except even the fixing computers part. That's all of us.
Yeah. But they did ask more range on these bad boys, but that's
some range.
Good range on them. Yeah. They look good.
Wow.
So yeah. And then shipping out is a shout out. There's an update here. They're to ship out as well. So you have black, you have red, and then you have white. I know we talked about these before. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of hands, claws, size, the whole shebang for a ninja. Like, it's not bad. It's $5 down. Full price for it was $69.99 plus shipping. So definitely, you get bang for your buck. Head carving, one head carving, hands 12, ninja clothes 1, knife 1, starboard 1. I don't know. I'd probably be saying this wrong. Prajna mask. That's how you say it. It's one of those. Kunai 3, lock sickle 1, triangular steel fort 2, 4-corner dart 3, steel claw 2. So you do get a lot for the $70, but like I said, these look good. get the these, but B-Toys. I did see them have posted up, so they look pretty good.
Right, they look great, yeah. Yeah, they look really nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob.
They're very awesome.
I kind of want to take every ninja from every different line. Like, I want to take the Joe ninjas, the hand ninjas, these, some articulated icons, and I want to put them in, like, there was an old Fat Man Scoop song, but, like, I want to have them do a breakdance battle, more or less. And all the ninjas representing each other.
Yes.
So, like, this is a photo idea that I'm going to do, and I need these ninjas to do this. So, and a boombox.
So you can do that?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, so I know. I think I got you. Like Fat Man Scoop,
Brooklyn Clan. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So
yes,
you know songs.
Yes, I know what you.
Yeah.
Yes. I know. Like I said, I know some songs. I don't know a whole lot of songs. I don't know. I know bands.
Sectors.
Like,
yes.
Going to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches.
Oh God. there's a film. Why'd you come up with 20 cans of peaches from Walmart? I don't know. It just happened.
It just happened.
I got the urge.
Just like last week. Why'd you come to the store with chicken? I don't know. They were talking about chicken last week, and I wanted some chicken. They hungry for some hot wings. I got some hot wings. I forgot. Yeah, we got a DJ, Mr. Dan Who DJ Dan. I don't want to twos. He makes his raps. I'm waiting for him to like do a diss rap about me soon.
Dan, I still gotta send you a beat. I want you to rap about figures on a song. I'm putting it together an album. We'll talk.
There you go.
Let's
see. There it is. And the Cell Toys. I don't think we talked about this last week. I think we ran like right at the end. Yeah. But they're making Insectoids, Warriors of Symbonia. I could pronounce that wrong, but I do remember seeing these last year at New York Comic Con. They look good. They were early productions. No, I'm sorry, that was the Power Lords I seen. I didn't see the Sectors. I do apologize. These look good. I can't wait to see these hand. They give you like that old school feel of the 5-inch figures that you had back as a kid, which is weird because Sectors didn't last that long.
No,
they weren't around that long. But they had the little puppets the little hand puppets you put them on, and they had like the insects that they flew on, which were like really like hand puppets. It was wild. Yeah, remember we grew up in the 80s. It was all time.
It says here that Sectors only lasted like 5 episodes.
Yes. They were not on that long.
So it didn't get picked up. So it really did like the 5-episode pilot, and then they were like, we're not keeping this.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dan Who says he's in if Ryan Ting, if you're gonna drop a 16, you know. If we could get a verse from you, I could get a verse from Dan Who. Possibly Pharaoh Monch I've been talking to, so I mean we could just work this out where it's like a Dan Who featuring.
That's Dan Yoon's arena.
We'll get you in there, a little 1-2, have you intro the song or something. I don't know. Get Dan.
Right. Look, I got the perfect bars for you, Ryan. Here we go. I got the cards on deck. They're graded. You can't stop me right now because I'm the greatest. You want to see my collection? Come over and I'll show you. Because I'm the one who rocks the box, who rocks the party.
Ooh, bars. I love it.
I'll be a ghostwriter.
Speaking of cards on deck, really quickly, now that I have you, I just wanted to ask your opinion. How do you feel about Marvel Masterpieces? Did you ever collect these? Were you ever into these?
Let's bring it up here.
I'll just pull these up.
Yeah, so the first two series, 92 and 93, I think I actually bought a lot of like packs of back in the day, and then I know, and 94 maybe even too, but then the 95 and 6 got super rare and like they're really expensive now. So I did.
These are
the early
94. These are 94. So this was heavily being collected, but in the back of these, I know I got your favorites here, which are these ones. These little X-Men joints.
Yeah.
Went ahead and got the whole collection of those just because I like the art and they make sense. So beautiful. All right.
The book is. I think I saw a tweet from Toy Bro or someone today where the book is on sale for a couple of bucks off. Actually, It's like $16 or something, but I already have 2, so I didn't need any more. But yeah, if you guys, any fans of that X-Men 92 set, the Jim Lee set, it's a really fun book. It's got 4 trading cards in it. I'm just advertising the book now, but the cover too folds out into a poster, a Jim Lee poster, which you guys have seen, right?
I did see that. That was cool. I did not know that.
That is, I love that poster. That's my, yeah. I'm gonna have to get that. Now I need to get that.
I was like, when somebody said that poster, I can't remember who. I think it was Toy Bro who posted it too. And I was like, yo, that's awesome, because I would never looked underneath the cover flap and seen that, unless I like seen something like color post like underneath it, poking out. But that's awesome. When I seen it, I was like, that's freaking amazing. Like, yo, that. So I have to get me one now too.
All right.
Like, I have to get that book now.
Yep. I wish I made that poster like a lot larger. Actually.
Yeah. Cool. You know. I do have those those giant wall scrolls. I'm trying to think. They're like more like they feel like not like plastic, but like more like a texture like art paper.
Right.
I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly, but it's like I don't know if you ever seen them at your comic shops. They're like huge, but it's like one theme Thor. Like one, I have the one that says Thor, and it's just a whole like everybody from Thor.
Oh.
There was one that I was trying to find for like Spider-Man, which had like all the Spider-Man characters. There's one that's Avengers that has all the. I have the Avengers and the Thor one. I think. Yeah, I have those two. I can't find the Spider-Man one because that's the one I really want. I want to have him posted. I want to have that posted up with my Spider-Man collection. So.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I almost got something. Then McFarlane coming back with his DC Superpowers line, 5-inch line, with John Stewart. Ryan, so I prefaced this was a little bit. Me and Todd used to be cool. Me and my stepdad Todd used to be cool. Todd was my stepdad at one point. And then he went and broke my heart with Spawn. Then he went and broke my heart with some DC figure, the DC multiverse line that he has. We just had a little out, and now we stopped talking. But we used to be cool. Hope one day that I meet him again, we can talk again and just hash things out. It hurts my feelings. I felt like he was a real father figure for me, but I was wrong. I was so wrong. What's going on, Juji? Brandon with the super chat says, Ryan, it'd be cool to see that poster recreated with legends like the 2019 Comic-Con posters with the Jim Lee team.
Challenge accepted.
It would. There's a lot more characters in that poster than the Jim Lee X-Men one, and we're missing a few from that poster. So maybe when we finally complete that, that'll be a fun little project.
Only 2 characters missing. You could kit bash something together.
Yeah.
Nice.
Blake says, I would rather much DC be handled by Hasbro. No shade, to be honest. Well, so Ryan, I don't know if you know the story of like why I have my falling out with Todd. It's not a real falling out. I just have my dislike with Todd right now, and I don't know if you know the story. Have you heard the story?
I have not heard the story.
Okay. So, all right, we'll skip all this because it's a sad story. I don't know if you remember meeting me at what was the last New York Comic Con? It wasn't last year.
New York Comic Con.
It was right before the pandemic. I think. Yes, the last one you were at. I think you were. It was you and Dwight, and you just came off the Sci-Fi Channel stage.
Yes, 2019. That was when we did the Stan Lee figure.
Yes. I remember if you remember meeting me at that time. You're probably like, "Who's this dude? I don't care about him. Just get out of my face. I'm trying to get this something." But before that, Tom McFarlane had went on before y'all. And he was coming up the stage, and he was like right in front of me. And I was listening to you. I was waiting for you guys to get on. And I was listening, wanted to listen to what y'all had to say. And I was talking to Todd. I was like, "Hey, it's like, hope everything goes well. I really enjoy your artwork. I hope everything goes well getting the Spawn movie made." So he puts his hand on my shoulder, like a father to a son, and it's like, well, it takes a lot. It's like a child. You gotta try to like help it grow and get the best for it. And I was like, okay. And then I felt like I was just his black son. I'm tired of making his black son. Like I've done it. I've made it. I'm his black son. It felt good inside. And then talk to you all, I felt even better. I was like, oh man, like this is the day. This day can't get any better. So later on, he's like, I'm kickstarting Spawn. All right, I love Spawn. I like me Spawn. Promise me all this articulation.
Oh no.
I'm like, oh great, I'm backing it. Backing this. Then later on, it's like, yeah, we had to take out the articulation in the Spawn. It's just going to be standing side. I'm like, no, Todd. You felt me. You felt me. So that was the first mess up for me. That hurt my feelings. I was like, Father, like you messed up. Then the DC figures. He started making DC figures, and I was like, this ain't it. I don't want statue figures. I want articulated figures. I want figures I can play with and move around and do things. And he broke my heart with that. So now I have to be selective with the multiverse. I can only get the big figures like Swamp Thing, Killer Croc, Clayface. Those figures. That's the only ones I can get now. And that's why I feel like Todd broke my heart. He broke me inside. I still have fond memories of meeting you and Dwight and the nice PR lady that was there. I do apologize. I forget her name. But he broke my heart. He broke my heart. He broke my heart. And hope one day I want to talk to him and say, Todd, what happened, man? Why are you doing this to me? I thought we had something. I thought we had that father-son relationship. I have to be Luke Skywalker to the Vader. And this is not funny. So that all happened.
I remember that, of course. But I hadn't thought of it since it happened in 2019. But yeah, I remember that. I remember meeting you. It's weird. Same thing with with Kevin and toying around. Like he interviewed us, and then years later, he started his channel, and I was like, wait a minute, is that the guy we talked to way back when? It's funny.
It's understandable. I have a forgettable face, so it's cool. A lot of people forget me and just like, who's this guy? Whatever. Dwight just Dwight was like. Let me say this: Ryan and Dwight were so nice. The nice, I forget the lady I was with. She gave me her card, and I don't know what I did with it. It was a nice lady with you guys. I was like, everybody was super nice. Dwight just like, he looked like it's like I'm hungry. He didn't look perturbed. He's like,
I'm hungry.
He had that hungry look. He had that look like, I'm ready to eat. I understand you got questions, but I need to go get me some food.
But you were on the forefront because back in 2019, there was a lot fewer. No one was doing live streams back then. There might have been podcasts, but not really the way there is now. And so, yeah, like these past couple of years, it's been such a game changer for the community and for, companies and marketing and design folks who try to get involved. But yeah, you were on the cutting edge, the forefront of the revolution in social and digital back then.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I appreciate Anonymous do that. Yo, whoever Anonymous do this, like Anonymous do 123, you're the MVP. Because you hyping up everybody tonight. I seen you hyping up everybody in dancing yesterday too. You're the MVP. Don't forget that. Brent says, bedtime for the Hoop Crew. Shout out to IE Ryan for joining. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Take care, Heroes Collection.
Yeah, I know it's super late for Brandon. He's still back.
Right? Yeah.
Man, I'm like, this is just fun to just cheat. This is what it's about, folks. Have a good time. Hopefully, have a good time. Hope Ryan, you're having a good time. Just having fun with us knuckleheads. Because that's what we are.
Can I lob another question to Mr. Ting?
Go ahead.
Okay. In the spirit of X-Men 97 coming back soon.
Uh-oh.
Could you potentially, two questions. One, can you think about and tell us what your favorite episode of X-Men the Animated Series is? Sub-question, Wolverine or Cyclops?
Jeez. Okay.
On the spot. We asked the hard-hitting questions.
Is that even a question? Who likes Cyclops? Like, come on.
I got to give you an option. Okay, we got the sub-question answered.
Favorite episode? I don't know. Too many to count, really. And I need a refresher. I think I've you ever sit down to like, you're like, I'm gonna watch a series, and you start from the beginning, and then you kind of give up along the way. So you end up watching the earlier episodes more often than the later ones, right? Because you keep starting over and over again. So yeah, those early couple of seasons were all great, and I think I love those the most. The Apocalypse ones, like when Apocalypse comes, that was awesome. Yeah, there's one where they think they're like prisoners in Genosha, and Gambit has this thing where he takes like a handful of screws or something, or some little object, and he throws them. And I always thought that was really cool, because I'd only seen him throw the cards, like, and everything, but that he could charge any kind of object and turn it into a weapon. That was really fun.
I love that episode for all the cameos that were in there. There was a lot of cameos in that episode. It was good.
Yep.
It was, so real quick, it's funny because when we did have the Lee Fields on with us, with Larry Houston, I'm sure you're familiar with them, right? From the original X-Men anime series. It's funny how much stuff that they try to fit into those episodes, like the cameos that they tried to get in there, even though they weren't supposed to put them in there. Even like with the Fantastic Four cartoon, it's just like, and then for Morph, they had to change his name. Originally it was Changeling, but they couldn't use that. Yeah. For those who did not know, but it's just funny, like how much they tried to sneak in there under the radar, and like not knowing that maybe this season won't go past first one season, and then like, oh, we got renewed. All right, we got to make some more.
For anybody who hasn't watched it, the Fantastic Four cartoon, we should do a whole episode just about the animated universe. They all connect together one of these weeks. But one of the final episodes of Fantastic Four, they actually show the X-Men. They show Juggernaut, and they're all like real quick. You look and you miss it sort of situations. But they really hammered home near the end of that Fantastic Four show, how all those shows were connected. Obviously, Spider-Man and X-Men already were. We knew that. But just so neat. That's like the original MCU animated universe in a lot of ways.
Yeah. We got some quick chats here. A Tizzle says, Disavow live at 7 to 5 was in 2019, I think. Look at you being cutting edge. But you weren't even showing your face. We actually now get your face now.
Ryan, I was a little bit hesitant with the internet world to put myself on camera in the early years of my channel, Just About Action Figures here on YouTube. So everybody kind of had an ongoing joke as they actually met me, that when they put me in a video or a picture, they'd put like something over my face, witness protection program, something like that. So that's what she's alluding to and what Dante's talking about there.
Adventure 70 says, all you guys have made the last few years fun online. Thank you. I appreciate that. Brian Ryland asks, for Ryan, how much of these podcasts and social media change your design or product process?
I don't know that the toys are still made the same way, but in terms of what characters we pay attention to, things that people might want, when we get crazy with things like a HasLab, right, where we're listening to that kind of feedback. So I'd say it's more of the character select kind of strategy. We haven't gotten too crazy in terms of form factors yet. We've done vehicles, we're doing HasLabs, which are bigger kind of items. We're doing some more deluxe style things. So just keeping an ear to the ground, and see what's going on, and how I think the community responds to stuff happening for all companies, right? Like all lines, to see what can we try to push in Legends, specifically the Legends team, anything we can kind of do from a articulation, deco, packaging, accessories, other type standpoint.
Blake with the super chat says, "Thank you, Blake. Ryan, what's the best way for fans to get out our wish list without us being annoying bugaboos?"
You said bugaboo. Shout to you, Blake. Yes, I love that rhythm. My man said bugaboo. I love it.
I don't know. I like, just when I'm scrolling through the YouTube feed and like the suggested videos, anytime there's kind of list videos of like, the top 10, most needed legends still to be made, kind of those types of, I like those lists are nice. Yeah, what are the better ways? And like sometimes when we see like cool customs that people make or they share around, if other people make them, like that's sometimes a point of inspiration where it's like, ooh, someone did bring this character to a 6-inch expression, like, if we did something that could be similar, that would be cool. So that's another way I think we pay attention to. Yeah, what else? I don't know. Just the more chatter, the better, I think. It's rough when we're doing interviews or when we're talking with people and it's like, when is figure XYZ coming out? And it's like, even if that character was coming out, like, we wouldn't be able to say. So that's
right.
We can't answer it. So it's more just kind of reading and listening to those other type videos and things like that.
So wait a minute here. Hang on. I'm sorry, Piggy.
Oh, go ahead.
So what you're saying is, you actually don't go through every single comment on your live streams and read every single one and then take them to heart? You don't do that?
It's not. If it was humanly possible, we still wouldn't do it. No.
Sorry.
Yeah, you have to sift through a lot of other stuff in those comments to get to the actionable kind of stuff. But yeah.
Okay. Is it better if, say, someone was to not ask directly for a figure, but to propose an idea for a figure? Is it better if they just shoot off the character name, or if they give you like tooling ideas as to what body to use and so on and so forth to kind of make it make sense for you guys? Not like you're taking our suggestions, but would it kind of be more sound if someone should be like, oh, you could put out this gambit with this body to save so on and so forth? Like, I don't know. I've thought a lot about this, but yeah.
I think that's a great point. And I think when we get feedback that is a little more in depth, that I think it's more valuable, right? Where it's like just the name of this character. It's like, there's a bunch of characters out there that people could probably name that haven't been made. And honestly, there's sometimes reasons for that, for why. Like, it's not just because everyone just keeps forgetting.
Right.
But when there's ideas like, oh, here's some multi-pack ideas, or here's, a theme or a wave, or this character could be a Build-A-Figure, and or like to your point of, not that Dwight and our team like need to rely on other people, like they know the tooling library better than anyone else.
For sure.
But just those types of feedback, like, just shows that people are considering more things and not just throwing, crazy stuff out there without any of the realities. And it's, that going back to the sports fans in the audience, right? It's like, there are mechanisms in place. There are contracts, there are salary caps, there are rules, a lot of minute collective bargaining agreement rules. So it wouldn't be helpful for people just to be like, yeah, what some team should really do if they want to win? They should go get LeBron and Giannis and who are the other top players, like Embiid, and Durant, and put them all on a team. Like, isn't that obvious? Then wouldn't you win every single championship every year? And it's like, maybe, but that's not realistic. So you're just kind of that's not helpful, really. Like, it's maybe fun to talk about in this hypothetical fantasy land, but like, yeah, there's and most collectors, I think, who've been in it in a while, whether they like it or not, they see the pattern, and then it's like, okay, like, sometimes we get these amazing all new figures, sometimes we get partial figures, and sometimes we get mostly kind of repainted with smaller variations, and it's always a mix. It's an ebb and flow. Not everything can always. If there was any line out there that was only doing repaints all the time, it wouldn't last very long. Similarly, there's no line out there that can sustain every single figure you see is always a 100% new. Like, that just doesn't the economies kind of don't work like that. So it's always kind of a balance. And if you catch it at the right time, hopefully, you like what's coming out.
I have a question for you on that, actually. It's relative to this, but I'm not quite sure if you could tackle it or not. So, being collectors and toy hunters, as a lot of us are, we notice the difference. And I get that this is on the big box store making this decision, that they consciously do this. We've noticed that Target will get dedicated cases of each individual figure in a wave, whereas a Walmart opts to get them as the assortment. And what I'm curious about is, by doing the assortment, a lot of times you'll see less peg warmers at a Walmart, whereas at a Target, because it's dedicated cases, you'll see a lot more of that product sit there, and it's quicker to go to clearance. I know that's not Hasbro's decision to make on their ordering practices, but does that negatively impact anything on Hasbro or Marvel Legends' end when a Target has more figures sitting around that go to clearance than a Walmart?
I think I can just say that these big box retailers, like it's no secret who the biggest retailers are out there. It's the Walmarts, the Targets, the Amazons of the world. Like, they do things that they think are best for their business. And yes, if Target believes ordering solids of characters is the way to go, then they're going to do that. If Walmart still takes the assortment, then they're going to do that. I think there's benefits to both style approaches. The traditional way of assortments is great if you can time it perfectly and get to the shelves where there's a complete case and you could just take them all in one fell swoop into your cart and then go check out. But I felt like over the years, a lot of times there wouldn't be the case, and there would still be one missing or a couple of missing, and it's just kind of luck of the draw of going there. And so I think that's kind of the logic of any retailer ordering solids. They want to maybe be more accurate in terms of weighting of characters. Oh, if this character is stronger than that other character, then maybe we'll order more of this one. There's also instances too where, and we've seen the pictures, and it does look, it's striking when you see these pictures of it's like 8 deep of this one character from the wave and no one else. Like, I think that's clearly not the spirit of it, and that just might be one specific scenario at one of the many hundreds of Target stores throughout the country, right? Thousands of Target stores throughout the country. So it's a trade-off. And if a retailer is doing something and it's not working, you can be pretty sure that they are going to pick up on that quickly and correct it themselves, because that's their business. So everyone kind of does what works for them, and we just try to support them in the way that they want to get the product out there to the most amount of people.
Thank you. It's a great answer. And again, just for the collectors to keep in mind, that's those stores doing their thing. I hear a lot of collectors online that say, right, why isn't Hasbro shipping these, more? Why can't I find one figure? That's totally on those stores. Just so everybody knows that, but watching this in case they didn't.
There you go. We'll take a couple more questions from us, and then we'll wrap it up here. Okay, Figure says, reassurance that I'm not a toy collecting weirdo is all I ask for, and you guys, all the YouTubers, deliver every time. I can't read that for some reason. Thank you, Okay Figures. Yeah, no, we're all weirdos. See, Ian Four Feathers says, I'm a toy collecting weirdo. We're all weirdos. We're all toy collecting weirdos. We all have fun. We all come to collect the figures. And I will say, like, if you can't find it, I will help you out. I don't care. Like, because I buy, don't tell, I know my wife watches the show, but don't tell her I buy multiple sometimes just to, help everybody out. But don't tell her that. I do. So Ryan, just so you know, I have like 6 black suit Spider-Mans, but
you don't need that many. That's crazy. Nah, that ain't helping nobody but yourself, man.
I did give one away. I think I did. Okay. Yeah, I gave one away. Yeah, I gave one away.
I got the one,
but I want to let Jay Hernandez know that I have 6, and I'm sure he probably has his 2, but I got 6. I just want to let Jay know.
Well, that's what's awesome about all these, guys on Twitter and Instagram, that if something goes up for pre-order, you just see it and then you can go. Like, I've gotten so many things that way of just sometimes you see it a couple hours late because the algorithm isn't always the best, but sometimes you see it and it's like, oh crap, I'm gonna go onto the app and order it. Like, I've gotten tons of Ninja Turtle stuff that way. in various places, Target and Walmart, thanks to the the Toy Bros and the Toy Shiz and the likes. So yeah, thanks to those guys.
My hustle currently is after a stream, if I happen to miss it because of work, I'm in IT, so I tend to miss them. I literally go on Twitter and I put in Marvel Legends latest, and like 9 out of 10 times, Peternia is my man.
Yeah,
Peternia?
Yep. Yes.
Shout out for that. I stumbled on the name. I didn't want to say it incorrectly, but yeah.
Peternia is the dude for that stuff. Like, you just Amazon links, everything right around. It's great. So good.
Yo, I've never seen somebody on top of it more than Peternia. Like, I'm like, I go on Twitter, like, oh shoot, that's
He's
what's going on there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't need to buy that. Stop it.
You end up buying it anyways, though.
Twitter's like, forget everything else. You just follow the dude. You gonna spend some more money. Let's see. Jamie Lynn Park says, I still love the Spidey and his Amazing Friends episode with the X-Men and Pride of the X-Men. Oh, with the Outback Wolverine.
Yes, with the Outback Wolverine, with the crikey. Yeah, I remember that one. That was weird.
Crikey, mate. We're going to do this. Dazzler, get over here. Raw Talk Raw Deal says, Ryan, I need a mimic for the X-Men.
I do too. I want them from the Exiles. Because I read the Exiles, and when I was in college, I was still, there were several series around that time that I was stuck with from the very beginning, and I would love to get to mimic.
What is your most desired character that you guys possibly haven't touched yet? Like, that you're waiting for personally? If you like, not to give us any ideas, but is there a character that you really, really want to see that you haven't gotten yet?
Yeah, it's probably an X-Men thing, related to the trading cards or the any of the specific issues that I read. So probably some of the X-Men, I'd say.
Okay.
I know my two that I'm waiting for it, but I'll say that after the show because I don't want to start no uproar with my two. Because people already know my two, and they just like, well, when you gonna? No, so I won't start no trouble today. White Mike Vegeta says, with the success of G.I. Joe's His Tank, does that make room for other mid-sized vehicle cards and etc.?
For Marvel Legends specifically?
I guess on Marvel Legends side, because I know we've gotten motorcycles, and hopefully, like I said. Hopefully, I don't know, people. I'm just guessing. I don't want you all to go back and say Dante said this or Ryan was on it. Hopefully, a Robbie Reyes Hell Charger.
No. Punisher van. Sorry. Did I just call that? I'm sorry.
Well, we've done a lot of motorcycles. We've done some scooters. We've done a hover chair. We've done a cosmic motorcycle. I think we're pretty much wrapped on the motorcycle family. And so, it's eventually I think we'd want to take it to the next step. I think for not just for Legends, but other lines too. A lot of people, they just throw ideas out there. They just jump to the Blackbird or a USSS flag, like the flag, like that. If depending on what scale you're in, it starts to get out of hand. But there's got to be some intermediate steps, right? So before you get to a jet, maybe something's in between a motorcycle and a jet, like to kind of prove it out a little bit. So I think the possibility is there. We just need to all work together to try to unlock this, and that's what I think too for all the different brands. The HasLabs, like, they are a proving point. Like, it's to our licensors and to our internal management. Like, if we have these crazy ideas, like we need some wins before we can start stacking things on top of each other and going even bigger and even better and even crazier. So that's where we say it because we're the pencil pushers and all that, like, but no, we really do for HasLab. That's the whole thing. Like, we do need to support. It doesn't happen unless enough people also feel like that's something they want, and we try to find those things that will strike that chord and get the support needed to fund out there. And it's once you start to get to a certain point, a lot of people are like, oh, this doesn't need to be why is this a HasLab? Why is this a crowdfund? You should just make it. To a certain point, perhaps, but also, it's risky an endeavor to tool something up and produce many thousands of units of something that ultimately isn't going to move, because then that's kind of another type of problem that we don't want to deal with. So HasLabs are exciting. They're actually taking up the majority of my time these past couple of weeks, and it will for this fall, I think, in terms of the normal, all the day-to-day goings on. And I can't wait to share it with everyone, because we go back in our heads, you know, we know what our plan is and our game plan, and it's like some days you're like, oh, I feel so confident, this is going to be awesome, and then some days you just have these reckonings where you're like, oh no, what if it doesn't go how we think it will, then what are all our contingencies and what's going to happen? But I think you put your best foot forward, and the team kind of comes together, and you just kind of let it ride, and we will see with number 3 coming up.
Can't wait. Greg says, do you have a character from the older Netflix/ABC shows that you wish you had in figure form?
I would have loved like a Foggy and a Karen from the Daredevil show. I know I spoke about Daredevil, being excited for him. Charlie Cox to reprise the role in She-Hulk. What else from the Netflix shows? We never got to do Purple Man from Jessica Jones.
Wow,
that would have been a good one.
Yeah.
That would have been kind of just a guy in a suit, but just the performance and just the creepiness of that character would have been crazy. And so those I think those jump off page. We didn't really get to a lot of the or any really of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Characters outside of Coulson and Maria Hill, I think, in the Avengers 1 kind of multi-pack. That one was they introduced tons of characters throughout all of those seasons. That'll probably be an uphill climb at this point, but you never know.
Did you watch the show like throughout?
No, not throughout. I tailed off towards the end there.
So did I. So yeah, I feel you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't blame you. It started getting wacky after a while. Like,
well, I mean,
it's good. When they went out in space,
I will hold my tongue. I will hold my tongue. You know my thoughts. I'm not going to take up time tonight.
I know.
I like the show. I'll leave it at that.
Once they broke up Fitz and Simmons, I don't know. I was out.
Yeah.
Done. There you go. Yep.
Yeah. Matthew, I do apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Rod. Okay, I'm gonna put this up there because I'm not gonna Matthew. I'm just gonna call you Matthew. I don't want to butcher it. Yo, Ryan, know that your work is greatly appreciated around the world. For example, in Argentina, keep on the good work. You too, Dante. Oh, I didn't do anything. I'm just a nobody. But I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just a nobody. Ryan's the guy here. He's bringing you these great little pieces of plastic.
He is.
We appreciate it, and it's easier for us clearly to get involved in the U.S.-based kind of influencer and social communities out there. So anytime there's an opportunity at an international con, if we can go to, or if there's interview requests or things like that coming from all parts of the world, from Europe, Latin America, South America, Asia, Australia, what have you, we try to get on it as best we can.
Yeah. Anonymous Dude 123 says this company/fan relationship is so refreshing. I can't say it enough. Respect to Hasbro and the YouTube toy community. Yeah, it's been awesome. It's very fun, especially getting those new those Dan Who looks. Right. Dan Who didn't need that beast. Now you hyped him up. Now he's got that big brain now.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Now see what you did, Ryan. You got Dan Who all hyped up now with his. He's flinging his hair even more. And it's like, man, this guy,
really quick, guys. Ryan, did they pick your brain about wrestling at all yet?
Oh, we did not talk about wrestling.
I've been trying to hold back.
I'm not going to jump in. I don't know how much you follow. I just wanted to know a certain thing about how do you feel about current events in WWE? Because I know you're an NXT guy based on Gargano, and that's my guy. But
yes,
with the changes, the current changes going on, I don't know how you feel, if you've watched, if you've had time, because I know we both have little kids, so I'm just saying.
So I have this weird wrestling fandom where I grew up with it in the 90s and the early 2000s, and so there will always be a part of me that will just love it, right. And I can appreciate the new stuff. But no, I can't follow it on a week-to-week basis. There's too many shows, but I follow things on social, so I see kind of the Cliff Notes versions every week of the big major goings on, and sometimes I'll be able to watch like a pay-per-view if I get lucky as it's going on. I made sure to watch like WrestleMania and SummerSlam and the big ones, but yeah, my opinion is kind of informed by the general opinion too out there, which seems to be the new regime change has been going over pretty well. There's been a lot more like in-ring action. I need to go back and watch these 2 Raws and SmackDown tonight because like everyone's saying that they're these amazing like pay-per-view level matches.
SmackDown's in my city tonight, actually, so I missed the live show to be here because I was like, so yeah, it's okay.
Dedication.
Well, thank you.
I'll see it again.
But yeah, I think cool things on the horizon for wrestling fans, and I'm starting to get into the figures a little bit. Like ever since I backed the ring, so now I'll dabble here and there. I've got the Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
there. So
Awesome.
see, it's a dangerous slope for me because I'm a completionist. So if I was to get like one wrestling fig, I would need like Shawn Michaels, all of his attires, Chris Jericho, all of the attires. Like I couldn't do it. So I appreciate you.
Well, then you would have to go into AEW line too because they got different attires from there too.
Yeah, dangerous. That's all dangerous for me.
Yeah.
Oh man! Quick toy hunting tip. While I'm thinking of it, you mentioned late '80s, early '90s wrestling. You're probably familiar with the Four Horsemen. They were a faction back in the day.
heard of them.
Woo! Right? For toy hunters out there, if you have Ollie's stores, it's like a bargain store in the Northeast, Ollie's, they have the brand new Ric Flair figure there with the Four Horsemen T-shirt on it for like a minimal cost. It's not big box cost. But if you get 4 of them like I did, it's 4 Four Horsemen T-shirts. So I can make any Four Horsemen team I want now because of those T-shirts. So just saying, check your Ollie's, people. Toy hunting tip.
We don't have Ollie's though.
I don't have Ollie's.
We don't have no Ollies here.
I've got Toys R Us though.
Don't rub it in.
Right. Exactly. We got Macy's Toys R Us, sir, and they don't have no like the one in New Jersey. And I say this again, the one in New Jersey where they showed like somebody filmed going in there, it's just like basic toys. Like they got Transformers, they got Legos. It's not like your Toys R Us from old. It's just like dedicated to children. And that's how I guess that's how they're going to start marketing it from now. Like just dedicated children. Now if they add some legends in there, that'd be cool. That'll bring in business for them. But I think like we talked about before, it's hard in this time. I can't see like a dedicated toy store being around here as of right now. Maybe in the future, but right now it'd be very hard because of I would say probably because of the pricing, and then they got to look at it, see if the over and underhead, and bringing in all the shipment and everything to their store. It would just be very hard. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but it'd be something hard to try to do. I would love to. If I could, it'd be D's Toy Shop. Y'all come down. What you need? What you need figures for? I got you. Don't worry. Just pre-order your figure. Yeah, I got my legend shipment coming in next week.
Come and get D's.
I went out there on boat. Right. I would have my own private dock, so I could have my own boats go out to the shipping cargoes and yeah, just go ahead and load on my boats. Just go ahead and load on my boats. My boats are right and ready. Just don't. We're not waiting. Don't even have to wait till it's like docks in the harbor to check it in. And they're like, yo, just bring it onto my boat. Ryan's like, what is this guy talking about? He's talking about boats, toy stores. A Tizzle says, as on average, how long does it take from an idea to package and shipping? To be packaged and shipped into shipping.
Do you mean like to when it's on shelf? Because yeah, shipment from where really? But
Alyssa, shipment from where? Warehouse. She's right here. It's my girlfriend. Oh. from warehouse, I guess, to shelf and store.
No. Like idea creation to warehouse, like brainstorming in the office to warehouse. How on average? How long?
So at least 12 months, closer to 18 months for certain things, and shipping timelines have kind of all been blown up completely in the past year. But generally speaking, it is a long drawn out process from first putting something in the plan and then going through the many months of product development and packaging to finally, getting the factories up and running to building up enough units for the demand globally to actually the transit time on the water to when it finally sets, in stores. And that's for just like a comic wave that has no rules around it. Sometimes there's movie marketing dates that you need to hit. And then it's been a funny story too. With the past couple of years, we've had like the Black Widow wave, we had the Eternals wave. Like the Eternals was ready to go because the movie was supposed to be a year before it actually ended up coming out. So things can kind of fluctuate, but yeah, it's a long time. And I think you guys know this, but I always laugh at these comments where it's like, we'll reveal a figure or we'll do a pre-order for a figure. And someone's like, ooh, like this color, you know, it should have been a little darker. Like maybe they can change it. And it's like, well, no, you might be right, but no, there's no changing it. Like once like the time to do that would have been 8 months ago, and then we could have changed it. But unfortunately, it is kind of what you see is what you get.
Yes. Toy Amigos with the super chat. Thank you very much, Toy Amigos. Say, what up, guys? Happy to see Ryan hanging out over here. Keep up the great work, everyone. Thank you. You all too. You all have some great shows. I love Toy Amigos.
Absolutely.
Love the Toy Amigos. It's tough to catch them because they're on the West Coast. You got to stay up late if you're on the East Coast like me.
Exactly.
But yeah, those guys are super fun, right?
I try to catch the Tuesday night shows. The Toy Amigos assemble. Since they are on a little bit earlier, some more East Coast friendly, obviously, but always love listening to the playback when I'm out on the jog or driving around over at iTunes Podcasts or whatever. So Janie, all those guys, good dudes, doing God's work.
Oh, yes.
Doing God's work.
Here comes Kevin starting trouble again, saying, I can't wait to build Mojo. Oh, man. Kevin.
He's going to break it.
Exactly.
Like
there you go. Figgy said it very well. You're going to break
it, man.
And it's going to be a toy around episode, and whoever's the guest is going to be like, man, I wish this thing would have came from instructions. And instructions going to be sitting right there next to him. He's going to
it's not like he did an unboxing Thursdays where he got the Deadpool head, went through all the process, didn't get batteries. That was great. Shouts to you, Kev. Shouts to you, Kev.
I missed that one.
That was the earlier ones, one of the early ones, but yeah, it was great.
Love it.
Yo, oh my goodness, here's wild. Man, there's a lot of questions. I'm sorry if I didn't get through everybody's questions. I do apologize. I try to get through so many questions because you are also like you have like a bunch of questions, and I would love to ask him. I know Ryan it's been probably a long day. It's been a long day for me too. Everybody had to work today, but it was great hanging out with everybody. I'm glad you all could come out and hang out with us. But once again, don't forget Toys for Tots this month. Go to Instagram. And remember to post your donation, screenshot your donation, hashtag IE Toys for Tots, and tag us in it, and bam, you're entering in the giveaway. Remember, we got some great prizes. Mark 2 Designs gave us a Cobra Claw that he 3D printed, so we're giving that away. Foam Formers is giving us two Mythic Legions and a Dia. White Mike Vegeta has offered up a weapons crate. Don Machicciaro has offered up the Ned and Peter 2-pack that just came out. I offered up a retro card Ben Riley and retro card Mysterio. Like, you all can win some great stuff. Like, I'm just saying. But just help out and donate. Even if you don't want the stuff, like want any of the part of the giveaway, just help and give and donate. So it would be great on your part to help kids out.
Donate the money, win the figure. Donate the figure to local Toys for Tots. There you go.
Right. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the respect. Okay, Figures wants a Nihilist. He's been wanting a Nihilist. Blake says this is a treat tonight. Thanks, fellas. You're welcome. Thank you all for showing out, coming out, hanging with us. Ryan, thank you for hanging with us. I appreciate you coming out and hanging with us and answering, being wonderful, answering all the questions that we had, that the fans had. Thank you very much. We do appreciate you very much. For the folks who do not know where to find you, well, I'm sure they do know where to find you, but if they did want to find you on social media, would you like to tell the fine folks where to find you at?
Yeah, I'm at Ryan_Ting there on Instagram and Twitter. I like Instagram more because I like coming up with fun ideas for photos, and then my very talented wife will help me take the photos because I can't take a photo to save my life, but she'll help me with the photos and I'll post it and trying to do some fun stories. And so I'm on Twitter here and there too, but Dan Yoon is the Twitter rep on our team, and I'm more of the Instagram guy. But you can follow us there. And yeah, thank you guys for having me. Thanks for hanging. Also, there were some PR kind of scheduling type things, so thank you for being flexible and understanding about that. But yeah, you guys keep doing the good work, and I've been tuning in more so lately. And welcome Action Figure Skinny to the team here.
Thank you.
You guys got a good trifecta here. So yeah, it's been a pleasure, guys.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I think we're going to add one more to the team. There's going to be one more person to add to the IE team. So I talk with the team, see how they feel about the person, and then we'll bring them on.
Someone from overseas. Let's make this a worldwide thing. U.S., Canadian, UK.
I will. It'll be late for them. That's the problem. That's the only issue.
Yeah, true.
Because like Dan, he's like Dan was like, I was listening to Dan yesterday, and he's like, I would love to be on the team. He's like, but you know what? He's like that Tim's got to get his internet connection working. I don't know what's going on over there with Tim. He's going in and out. I don't know with Tim. He's like, I'm not trying to be critical. I'm not trying to be harsh, but you got to get it fixed.
I think we're good now. I think we got a pretty.
Yeah, Tim's good.
To go. Yeah.
Yes, I told him that you got to fix. You were good. So it seems like I was the one hiccuping tonight.
Ooh,
so that's
Troy collects toys.
Yeah.
Blake, I don't know. That'd be cool. Maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Y'all need to know Troy. That's the boy.
Okay.
Y'all need to know Troy.
Okay. All right. You tell me after the show. Figgy, you got anything else before we get out of here?
Just follow me in IG. Check for new photos every Friday. I do a thing called Team Photos Fridays where I take a picture of a different team, whether it's Marvel or DC. It's usually Marvel. And yeah, check me out there on IG.
Tim, got anything else before we get out of here?
Right here on YouTube, just about action figures, twice weekly toy hunts, live at 7:05, live stream. We talk all sorts of nonsense and just hang out midweek on Wednesday nights. And Instagram, disabout_12. Mr. Ting, thank you so much, sir. This was a pleasure having you on. And the amount of time you give to our community and that you invest into the fans and the collectors is greatly appreciated. And we really appreciate it. Thank you.
So Tim did forget, his show comes on at 7:05 on Wednesdays. So that's your timer right before AEW starts. AEW wrestling starts. So that's your little timer for like, AEW's getting ready to come on. I can go ahead and watch it. Tim's like, he wraps it up like right in time. Like, yo, you got 10 minutes to get your drink, get your food, and watch CM Punk say,
I love it.
a cult of personality.
Sorry.
Exactly. All right, folks. We're gonna wrap it up. Next week, it's gonna be it's gonna be a wrestling kind of show. So I'm just letting y'all know. It's gonna be a little bit of wrestling. It's gonna be a wrestling show. We got some great surprises for you on that one. So everybody, I hope y'all have a great weekend. Hope great next week. Oh, yes!
What?
Yeah. And
yes, with Larry on the back.
Oh,
yes.
Wow. Dropping a pipe bomb on the way out here. You're holding out.
Yeah. Look at him. That's great.
Oh man, yes.
Look at that.
Oh, greatness.
Man, see, now you're the guy at the figure just sitting there waiting to pull out, right? There it is.
Right.
We actually got this from the Jazzwares booth at Comic-Con. They were right next to Hasbro, and so my son got this from them. So thank you to the kind folks over there. And yeah, we got our. So, but you guys will appreciate this. My son calls him MC Bunk. So
that's his new name now.
That's his new name in our house.
MC Bunk. That's it. Writing that down.
I love it.
Yes. Oh my goodness. All right, folks. Thank you all for coming out and hanging with us. And for those who have missed it, I will bring it back just for tonight because this is it. This is going. I might bring it back later on. Maybe next year. It's gonna come back next year. But Moff Gideon Cosby just for y'all. See, the dark saber belongs to me, Mando, and I'm going to take it from you and the little Goku. The Goku that he does the magic and the powers and the knows the. So y'all have a great night, great weekend. Happy hunting to you. Hope you get it. Hope you enjoy all the toys that you have. Hope you get great new ones, and we will